And you're not going to believe what's inside this elegant two-story home just steps from Lake Travis. The layout is unique, the entry is jaw-dropping, and the finish level? Westin Homes delivers something special here. Don't skip this one. We've got hill country vibes, luxury touches, and a game-changing floor plan all in one. Let's roll the tour and I'll break down what you get along the way. Enjoy! Welcome to the Ellicott floor plan by Westin Homes, located in the Lakeside at Tessera community in Lago Vista, Texas. This home offers just over 3,040 square feet of beautifully designed space, built on a 50-foot wide lot with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. But it's the layout and design that really steal the show. The moment you walk in, you're greeted by a soaring rotunda ceiling and a winding staircase that sets the grand tone right away. 2 bedrooms on the first floor, including the primary suite, offer rare flexibility for multi-generational living or guests. There's a private study, an open 2-story family room, a bright kitchen, and a covered patio to bring the outdoors in. And upstairs you'll find a game room, a study nook, and 2 more bedrooms to round out the truly versatile layout. And I'm Ryan Schwartz, your guide to Austin living and relocation. I'm a broker associate, husband, and proud dad to twin boys. And a few years ago, I committed to myself to becoming the best version of myself, losing over 85 pounds and building a business rooted in helping families just like yours. So whether you're relocating, building from the ground up, or selling your current home to upgrade into your dream lifestyle, I'm here to guide you in every step of the way. And drop a comment below and let me know, what feature are you hoping to see in this home? The rotunda entry, the upstairs layout, something else? I read every single comment, and your feedback shapes what I tour next. And while you're here, give this video a like. It really helps more people discover these hidden gems across Central Texas. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new tour. And if you're thinking about relocating, building, or selling, call, text, or email me anytime. My info is in the description below. And the Lakeside at Tessera community is one of the most uniquely positioned neighborhoods in the Austin area. Backed by balconies, Canyon Lakes Wildlife Refuge, and sitting just above Lake Travis, this master planned community offers access to trails, lake views, and a quiet, outdoor-driven lifestyle, and while still being within reach of everyday conveniences. All right, let's step inside and explore. Let's take a look and see what makes this plan so special. Enjoy the tour, my friends. So what did you think of the Ellicott floor plan here in Lakeside at Tessera? Between the 2 bedrooms down, that grand rotunda entry, and that game room plus study nook upstairs, this home checks a lot of boxes whether you're planning for now or dreaming ahead. And for the feelers, this layout offers warmth, flow, and plenty of connection points for hosting and relaxing. For the thinkers, it's smartly designed with function in every square foot. And for the fun seekers, you've got space to entertain, unwind, and take that hill country lifestyle near Lake Travis. And if you enjoy this tour, please give it a quick like. It truly helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you the most exciting new home tours across Central Texas. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Which builder, community, or floor plan do you want me to tour next? I read every one of your comments and often may take your requests and make them happen. And if you haven't already, make sure you grab your free ultimate relocation guide. It's packed with everything you need to make a smart move into the Austin and surrounding areas. And if you're thinking about relocating, building from the ground up, or selling your current home, reach out to me directly. You could call, text, or email me anytime. I've helped families just like yours navigate the process with confidence and clarity, and I love to do the same for you. And I'm Brian Schwartz, your guide to awesome living and relocation, and I'll see you on the next tour. And until then, remember, stay humble, stay hungry, and let's make your dream home a reality. Bye for now.